Yo, real quick, disclaimer, this video will not be like that fool that told people that the rapture was going to happen a few days ago. This video is to talk about monitoring spirits real quick, or better yet, monitoring spirits using creatures to watch you. So, maybe a month ago, right? I noticed there was this cat. Now this is not always the case, right? So don't just go thinking everything is witchcraft or anything like that. But a month or so ago, I noticed this cat around my home and around my backyard and father-in-law's house and so forth. And I'm like, okay, it's just a cat, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? And I kept seeing it every day, like literally every day, out of nowhere, every day. It kept popping up and popping up. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Right. So one day I had gotten ready. I just got ready to leave for work. Right. And as I'm driving off, the Holy Spirit whispered to me, is that monitoring spirit? I said, monitoring spirit. So I said, let me just go ahead and let me just go ahead and pray against monitoring spirits. As I was leaving my house, I looked to my deck and this cat was sitting there as I drove off, and it was looking up at my front door. And I was like, okay, whatever. But all of a sudden I heard monitoring spirit, that soft, still voice, that still small voice, right? Whisper in my ear, monitoring spirit. So I said, okay, I ain't gonna jump out the window and act crazy or nothing like that, right? So I just said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and pray against every kind of monitoring spirit, break every connection with any monitoring witchcraft spirit using an animal to watch my family. Because in the Bible, God said Satan was subtle, very subtle, so you wouldn't even notice. If you don't know what to look for, you wouldn't even notice. You just think, oh, it's just a cute little furry cat, right? But nah. So I was like, all right, man. I'm driving to work, and I hit every single monitoring spirit prayer that I have in one of the prayer books that I had bought, right? I kid you not. The very next day, I didn't see the cat. The day after that, I didn't see the cat. It's been over a month and I haven't seen the cat. The point is, when God speaks, we have to listen, because our enemy that we wrestle against is not flesh and blood, but principalities, powers, rulers of the darkness of this world, and wickedness in high places and all these different things, right? So I said, okay, God, I'm going to say the prayers. And I said the prayers, and this animal has not been seen on my property since that day. And again, this is not always the case. Not every single cat or dog or whatever you see around your property is related to anything spiritual. But when God whispers, when the Holy Spirit whispers to you and tell you, hey, cuz, you need to deal with that, deal with that. And if that thing that he told you to deal with leaves your life, then you know for sure, right? You were dealing with what he said you were dealing with. So just be on guard, be alert, be watchful, because our enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, whom he may devour. And I'm not that whom, right? Because my eyes are open. My eyes are open. And if my eyes ain't open, then God is talking to me like, hey, wake up, pray this way, pray that way. And I'm like, okay, God, I don't know why you saying to do this, but I'm going to do it. And when I do these things, bro, I'm saying confirmation, right? Confirmation. And it's like, I'm not always looking for dreams because there's dreams that come from the flesh, there's dreams that come from the devil, then there's dreams that come from God, right? So I don't always look to dreams to be like, oh yeah, but I had this dream about this and about that and about that. But God will give you dreams. Like the job I currently work at now, I had a recurring dream, which I had it 2 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I had it 2-3 days ago. And in the dream, I heard behind me a lady say, thank you. And then I noticed a kid on one of them stand-up forklifts or whatever. And again, like I said, I had that dream 5 years ago or something like that. And I kid you not, the very same voice I heard in that dream that I did not see the person, that is my supervisor right now. And the kid that was on the forklift, he's a kid that works outside the facility. And I've never seen these people a day in my life. So as I was telling my sister days ago, I'm like, yo, God has ordained our purpose and our destiny and everything that we were supposed to be before the foundation of the world. So he will show you snippets of things you are to be and do through the dreams. But you got to know that it is him that is talking to you. Because again, I said, sometimes your flesh speaks, sometimes the devil speaks. You got to know when it's God. So, yeah, so I told my sister, I was like, well, hold on now. Like, I just realized I had this dream years ago. And all of a sudden now I'm sitting here at the job with the boss and that coworker who I've never known and never seen a day in my life before. So God speaks. That was the point of telling you about that dream. God is still speaking. God is still speaking. Okay? So when he whispered, hey, you, hey cuz, hey girl, do this, do that. You need to do it. Verify with him, God, is this you? Is this you? But do it. Because you never know what the devil planning for you. You never know what he's planning for you and your family. So when God speaks, we need to listen. Okay? Like I said, from that day, I have not seen that cat. That cat has not been around this property again. Because the warfare prayers I pray at times, it shakes the atmosphere, man. It shakes the atmosphere. And it ain't me. It ain't me. It ain't me. It's the spirit. You feel me? I'm just a vessel. But listen, like I always say, get out your flesh and get in the spirit. God bless.